good in the web? Your man Q back again, and no geek news today, but I will be streaming Mario Kart. It's Mario Kart Moon Day. I have been streaming on Twitch because that was the account my OBS was connected to. But I decided, let me, drop I did 2 vlogs this month. Well, this will be number 2. I said, let me go ahead and just get on here and holler at y'all real quick. I mean, the last video I did was Friday, which for y'all, that ain't that long ago. But I do usually stream on Saturday or even Sunday sometime. But I've been sick. God, that last week, I start getting, how you get the little itch in your throat, and then I'm the kind of person where I don't sleep as much as I probably should. About 6 or 7 hours, but a lot of times I have different sporadic sleep schedules and stuff, so I'm either doing something or doing something else or something, but whatever the case, the only how I really sit and do nothing is when I am sick, and when I get sick, it catches up with me, and every year around this time I get sick, so I've had the flu, and I'm still a little fatigued now. I went and tried to do some light exercises, like walked a half a mile. But no, I walked a mile a little bit earlier to try to sweat out some of this stuff. But I after that, I feel I still feel bad. I thank the Lord for sick days because I need that grappa. But anyway, I wanted to get on here and just holler at y'all about what has been happening since the last time I talked to y'all. Again, like I said, the last video was last Friday, but I both do those videos. So what I'll do is on my off days, what I'll do is I take one day to research what topics I'm gonna do, and then I'll do and then do the thumbnails, and then so I'll record one day 5 or 6 videos depending on my time restraints, and then what I'll do is then record, and then I'll do the thumbnails, so then that's taken care of. Then what I'll do is, like, the next day that I'm off, I'll edit them. So long story short with that, the video, I haven't made a video since the week before last, basically, because I've been sick. So the good thing about it is I'm super obsessed over this damn Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem has become one of my favorite RPGs, and this was my first official Fire Emblem, and it has legitimately become one of my favorite RPGs. I'm on my 3rd playthrough. Yes, I have a problem. I got an itch with them RPGs, but, I already explained that to y'all multiple times. And I've already did Elder Guards. Elder Guard has 2, or my girl Elle. Y'all can't use her name like that. Only people she's familiar with. Elle's got 2 stories, and I ain't spoil it, but she's got 2 spin-off stories that separate. And then you got Blue Lions. Then you got Golden Deer. I already did Golden Deer. I finished Elder Guards. First, Elle, I finished her first story, so then I said, let me take the experience and stuff I had with that one and then flip it and see how that was going to do. So that's basically what I've been playing. I do have a whole bunch of backlogs of games. I still want to play Final Fantasy VIII. I've been watching Mandy. I've been watching Joy. My dude BAG, Black Ass Gamer, play Final Fantasy VIII, and I want to get on here and do some Squall Voices and Renoa and Selfie and Zale and stream it. So I think that might be the next game that I stream, or I might start streaming Astral Chains as well again. So I don't know, because I haven't even started playing that, and I haven't finished Marvel Ultimate Alliance. But anyway, like I had mentioned last time when I did a video, I wanted to start doing more commercials, and I hadn't said that in a while, commercials and different advertisements and stuff to branch out and stuff. The last time I mentioned, I said congratulations to my 500, so I think I'm sitting like a little bit over 500 or something, and I was like, damn, as soon as I hit the 500, as soon as I hit them 5 bills, I can't kind of capitalize on it because I was fatigued, and all I did was play Fire Emblem. But it's good because what I'm going to do with all this Fire Emblem content is Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Since Fire Emblem's already been out since July 25th. A lot of people still haven't played it. But I'm going to do that. All this footage and stuff that I got in event gallery and characters that can talk to each other, I'm going to like make a playlist and everything that has to do with Fire Emblem and just post that. So that's going to be a video. So 1 week I might just do that and just drop all that. I've also been in the lab with the pen and the pad with Hood Tales. So if I can cue it up real quick, I probably should have already had this queued up, but this was, like I said, an impromptu. You see my green screen. My green screen, the sweat dripping on my hair. I told y'all I got a cold or I got a flu. I'm fighting through it. You know. So I'll read you one that I had did. And what I'm going to do with Hood Tales is basically, how many do I have so far? I think I got 8 to 10 stories on Hood Tales. So basically, Hood Tales was my idea of a rendition of fairy tales, but from the hood. And it ain't just my hood, it's your hood, her hood, his hood, they hood. Races, creeds, colors, sizes, all these different things. What I wanted to do was make a book. So it's going to be like, I can grab it. Just so y'all know that I'm on the real deal Holyfield. Like I keep on explaining to y'all, my mission and my goal. Some people, like I went to college twice, and I know I'm just on here just vlogging. And you know what's funny is I love to talk, and I find that a lot of y'all like to hear me, which I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting me and coming out and just listening to me ramble a lot of times. A lot of times I do have a lot of very knowledgeable stuff to say, but then sometimes I just be going on and on about my geekdoms, which both things are good. But right here with the books, I have, if you guys remember, because some of y'all might be millennials, a little younger than millennials and stuff, because it's a whole different, you know, age demographic. This is the internet. But it was the books when I grew up called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So a few years ago, by Alvin Schwartz. And I remember they came out in 83 or something, but I didn't read them until I was like in first grade or something like that, and I remember renting them from the library. So basically, I modeled the story of Hood Tales basically loosely based off of that, where what I wanted to do was do a book. So my first ever book that I'm going to publish, I'm going to finish it this year. I got 3 months. So I got 9 stories so far that so I've been working on that. I'll read you the titles in a second, but basically, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And what he did is he just had like a picture. So it's like a picture book to a degree. So you have like different songs and music, as you guys can see right there. And like, may I carry your basket? So what I can do, I can draw well enough to probably do pictures and stuff myself, but I don't really want to do all that. I can draw, but I haven't drawn in a very long time. So since like really dedicated since the last time I was in Kilish, so what, 2013? So I haven't really focused on that. And of course, got to do my 1001 things you need to know by African Americans. Sometimes you got to teach your own stuff, your own history. Know what I mean? I'm teaching in school a lot of times, but anyway, that's getting better, but it's still not to where it need to be. One of my other personal favorites that I bought, this was in 2009, because this book idea, the reason why I really advocate about, or really, yeah, I'm looking at my words messing up. I'm really excited and really wanted to push the Hood Tales. I've been having this idea. Listen to my dog barking. I must be the mailman. Is because I bought this in 09. I think it was 09. I might have put the date in it. And the Grimm brothers, you know, most of the fairy tales that Disney works with, they basically, see, you guys can see it from here. So what they'll do is have the story, and then what they'll do is have like a little picture or illustration. I'll explain it. So most of these stories that Disney mess with, these are 100-year-old stories. And if they're a story is over 100 years, basically, you know, it ain't no copyright. It ain't no YouTube copyright crap. You can make the story your own, basically, and flip it. So what I decided to do was go and take my own life experiences and experiences happening in the world and vicariously that I see from other people, and then I was going to put it into my book. So it really is the neighborhood tales, hood tales. So it's a hood tales in a hood near you is how I have it. So a lot of different stories. Let me read you one of the first ones that I have. And this is a lot of things to do, which I wrote this a couple of years ago. And I know I mentioned this when I was at my 9 to 5. Like, I'm trying to do 80 hours a week, so I ain't got to do 40. I'm allergic to 9 to 5s. I don't like them. I undid it. Look, I'm in my late 30s. I undid it. And Lord have mercy. If I could avoid having to do it again, I will. So in this meantime, I've got multiple gigs to add up to one gig to end up eventually doing books and video games and other things like I have. And I know a lot of people say, well, Quentin, you're too ambitious. You got so many ideas you're going. You got to stick to one thing. Ain't nobody said I got to stick to one thing. My life is my life and your life is your life. So my advice, before I even talk about anything on me with things like that, is live and be you. I also would like to do a clothing line, be you. Let's say like that. But that's just something. I'm not really into doing clothes like that. But I always like the name. I got a little logo and stuff that I have been working on called Be You. But my thing is, you got one life to live. Enjoy it and do what you want to do. No matter what your mama, your girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, granddaddy, friends, or whoever else says, because at the end of the day, you have to be happy for you. And it took me a long time, like, to get that preconceived notion and that societal notion that we have to live up to what everybody else thinks. When I grew up, there was not black folks into anime like they are now. There was not black folks into video games, or at least the video games that I'm playing now. Like, you know, well, I've still been playing. Like, when I was playing Chrono Trigger in 95, I played Chrono Trigger in 96. Everybody was on Madden. I didn't care about Madden. Like, I didn't get into football and sports, really. I always have been a Laker fan, but I didn't get into football and sports until I was in college in 2002, 2003. So, you know, that's when I really sat with my homeboy and old roommate, and he was like, just follow one season of NFL and NBA. Well, it was really NBA, and I just kind of jumped on the NFL. Like, I got heavy NFL like 5 years ago, and I'm still not heavy as much as I am on basketball. But watch one season with me, and you're going to be it. So you got a team, which is the Lakers, follow it, and then that'll be it. It has happened to be the season that LeBron, Carmelo, D-Wade, Bosh, and all them boys came out. So it was a hell of a good time to start, like, literally watching 82 game Lakers game. You know what I mean? So plus the next year, which in that we went to the championship again. You know, we got beat up by Detroit, but that's something else. And you know, we gonna win it this year. We gonna win it. I wish Boogie could have got it, and you know, but whatever. You know. So my mission and my goal is, as hard as it is and hard as it comes, because it's nothing in life is going to be easy that you want. Sometimes to certain people it does, but again, you got to focus on what you want to do and how you want to do it and the steps to do it. You can have a dream, but a dream is just an empty wish if you don't write it down, make goals, and do those actions that'll get you into it. Like, I started YouTube 3 years ago, and I originally wanted to start in 2014, but I had a 9 to 5 in 2014. And what had happened was I had to put Tails and Refugee, because I still got a story, Refugee. Matter of fact, this is the blog where I can tell y'all some of my ventures, because I see a lot of people that be on here and they have different. I never wanted to be in a situation where I'm using y'all. Like, oh, this dude, Q, like, hypothetically speaking, my YouTube and Twitch channel, boom, blows up. And then I use that success to catapult other ventures like Hood Tales and Refugee and different, and Nemo, the Dream Chaser. But different things, I don't want it ever to come to the part like, this dude don't care about YouTube and Twitch and streaming and games and news and nothing no more. He's promoting his book now. He's promoting his, emojis. I do want to do emojis too, because there's not enough quality black emojis. Like, I got a bald head. I don't like using the little emoji, the little white dude emoji that's just got brown skin. My hair don't look like that, even when it was growing out, all the way when it was supposed to be growing out. It didn't look like that. But I'm, derailing and getting off the topics and stuff at hand. But, I appreciate y'all, for y'all that's still here. I don't want y'all to believe or think that I'm only doing YouTube just to advocate these other things. Even though, to a degree, that was the original purpose. And I just fell in love with YouTube and Twitch and being able to share my geekdoms and stuff with y'all. So no matter what success that I have in these other ventures, even if YouTube is a catapult, because that's what initially it was, and like I said, I fell in love with it even more than I thought I was. I think what really made me fall in love too is I love a challenge, and the challenge of literally starting from the bottom and working my way up. And even the challenge, because it's hard to be a variety channel, for me talking about anime, games, comedy, and just having a variety channel and nostalgia and different things. It's hard because I don't have that one niche. I talk about Nintendo mostly and RPGs, primarily video games on my channel. But I also, deviate from other things. I get bored quickly, and I can't just talk about Nintendo all the time. I love you, Nintendo, but I can't just see, or me just talking about Final Fantasy all the time. I gotta have some variety, some spices in my life. But all these things are being said and been done because I don't want to work a 9-to-5 anymore. I worked a city job. I worked a couple city jobs. Broke my back. Literally, hearing is not 100% because I was working around heavy machinery. Back was bad when I was in my early 20s, mid 20s, working at a city job in San Jose. And it's just, I've worked so much different things and so many different experiences that made me say I want to do an entrepreneurship where I got this one life and I want to take these dreams and these things that's in my head and be able to materialize them. And again, that's what YouTube is able to do. Like, who's that black person? I materialized that because I had thought about it. That's what I love about YouTube. Whatever I think it, I can do it primarily. And I'm able to see it. But I also want to get some other form of revenue stream, because all the people who are smart that are doing YouTube and Twitch that want to use it as an entrepreneurship and a business also realize that you have to be able to market and sell something to someone, and you have to use your platform. No, this isn't convenient that I just hit 500. Now I'm talking about selling stuff. Y'all that have been around for a while been knowing that I've been talking about my books and games and different things for the longest, and I hope that encourages y'all, because teach one, learn one. I listen to a lot of people like Roberto Blake. I listen to Tim Schmoyer. I'm on all these different things. Evan Carmichael with Believe Nation out there. Shout out to y'all. I listen to a lot of people who are doing it and have started like grassroots. Like even Andre the Black Nerd, which I know y'all follow as well. Most people who follow me or know who I am, y'all been knowing Andre. I've been following Andre since 2012. 2011, something like that. So a couple years after he had just started. So y'all know a lot of times you don't hit that stride for a while. So don't give up and keep on pushing. But again, no 9-to-5s if I can help it. Oh Lord! And the reason why is because I'm like a workaholic person too. I'm a person, like what I do is I anything I do, I put like 110, 107, 120% into it. And I catch myself, and y'all have heard me say this multiple times, and if you haven't, I catch myself, I was making sure my mic was on. Ooh, I would have been hurt if my mic wasn't on. I catch myself a lot of times doing the extra for companies in somebody else's dream. So I was working at Toys R Us or Game Crazy. I named those two places. Those are my two favorite jobs. Because think about it. Toys R Us, I was the electronic supervisor. Game Crazy, I was the shift leader doing games and stuff. Is you work so hard for somebody else's dream, and at the end of the day, you're expendable. Yeah, it's harder to do a business, your own entrepreneurship. It ain't for everybody. But what if being the best parent you can be is for you? Then you go out there and you be the best parent that you can be, and whatever your parents didn't give you, or whatever things that you feel that you didn't get as a child, then you give that to your child. That might be your dream, then you do the best at it. You know, if you want to be the best at your job, if you're a trash man, then you be the best trash man there is. As for me, I do so much with different things and give so much that I looked up and I was like, damn, I'm expendable. Like, I leave this job, next man up, next person up, next situation. But anyway, by no further ado, if y'all still there, the first story I want to talk about, I know I just went way into a tangent, so I hope I didn't scare y'all away on that one. But is for Hood Tales, is Danny Got a Gun. Now, Danny Got a Gun is a story that I had done a couple years ago based off of the Oklahoma City bombings and a lot of the different situations with the mass shootings and stuff that happened years ago in the 90s and stuff. But it looks like now every month they just had a shooting at San Jose State Library. Yeah, yesterday or something, or the other day over the weekend. So it's this stories like this and the stories like these other ones I have, they're timeless. And like, again, I wanted to be able to take hood stories, put a fairy tale spin on them in my own mind's mind, and deliver them to y'all. And hopefully it'll be maybe, how many pages is this? I think they're about 100 something pages. So expect about 100 and something pages for the book or something. But I'll keep y'all posted. About 113 pages. So I'm looking like 100 page count or something like that. So I'm probably like on 20 or something now. But my goal is to have completed, at least the whole outline of the book out by the end of this year. That's my personal goal. So by next year, 2020, by my next year, my birthday, March 23rd, Hood Tales will be published. And I'm going to do the graphic design and all that stuff myself and then self-publish it and stuff. Okay, but Danny got a gun. Danny has a gun. Danny has a gun. Danny has a gun and nobody knows. Because everywhere that Danny went, the bullying was sure to go. He brought the gun to school one day, which was against the rule. He planned to make them all pay for treating him so cruel. And so began the massacre that took the lives of 8. 2 teachers, 5 students, and Danny, the same fate. Oh, what a tragedy. Oh, it's so sad to see a middle America family having this happening. So they attack everything except the bad parenting. So that one is about bullying and about someone coming to school and shooting people at school, basically doing a massacre at school. And on that one, I chose the story Mary Had a Little Lamb, because I thought that, Mary has a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, I almost said Danny there, the sheep was sure to go. She took the sheep to school one day, which was against the rule. She made made all the kids laugh and play, but I can't remember the last part. But I, took my own spin to that, and then wanted to do it. So yes, it's gonna be like a mature, teen plus book, young adults to adults book, and it's not just all black folks as in hoods, because every hood, white folks got hoods, as well as black folks got hoods, is Hispanic folks, Asian folks, Middle Eastern, everybody has a hood. Even, people who are in mixed or diversity neighborhoods have hoods. It's a hood is basically like the environment that it's in. So I take some Hispanic stories from, I'm not Hispanic, obviously, but I take some Hispanic stories as well as some white stories and Asians from friends and situations or things that I've seen. And what I'll do is I'll put my own spin and interpretation on it. But yeah, that's what that is. I was kind of skeptical because this is the internet, and people will see your stuff and bite it. So that's why I haven't read everything and just dropped all these different things. But one thing about YouTube, it's documented, it's on here, it's here. I still want to do a podcast. I was just thinking about that now because I was looking at the time. I was like, I've been talking for a while. I still want to do a podcast. I've been trying to get my dude Voice Legend to do a podcast. I might get my guy Voice Legend, check his channel out. BAG, check him out. I've been on Bandy's podcast a few times, and then my guy Avedon mentioned about me hopping on his podcast too. I work usually when he does his, but I'm gonna see if I can kind of maneuver that day or request that day off. But anyway, along with Danny Has a Gun, I also have Beauty and the Geek, which is Beauty and the Beast, and you can see where that comes from. And then I also have a story where I was bringing up my other notes with them, because I have completed. Like I have 7 or 8 completed, and then I have like another 10 that are I haven't fully done it yet. Like a lot of the things I want to discuss inside this book is drugs, prostitution, pregnancy, teen pregnancy, interracial relationships. Stay off the weed, like Stephen A. Smith says, homosexuality, STDs, obesity, racism, cheating, pedophiles, rape, molestation, 9 to 5s, basically a lot of different stories I want to use. So it's a lot of stories like Jack and the Beanstalk, Beauty and the Beast, Little Red Riding Hood, Lady That Lives in an Old Shoe, Itsy Bitsy Spider, Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars. Just a lot of different stories I wanted to use and incorporate my particular ideas onto it. Also, I figured as well, it's just because I'm talking about these things and saying it. If somebody were to take Hood Tales, hypothetically, the idea that I had said, that doesn't mean, because one thing about people when they steal content or ideas, most of the time, the only thing they can do is steal content and ideas. That they have to go back to the source and steal more, or to somebody else to steal more, and never is it their own original thing. And no, I ain't stealing, just if you saying. This is free to use information. 100 years old. Disney did steal some. Now, Disney didn't steal their story. They just, readapted it. But they did steal, like, Arabian Nights, put that on the shelf, and then drop Aladdin. And then they also did, what was it, Kimba, a Pride Rock with Lion King, and then, with the Godfather anime that did Astro Boy and stuff, so they did literally steal that. But this is just taking a preconceived thing, which no story is original anyway, honestly, and then just putting my own spin on it. So, Danny Has a Gun, which was Mary Has a Little Lamb. Ranisha, I like that. So I'm gonna have nursery rhyme type stories, and then I'm gonna have big stories, which are full 2-3 page stories. So Ranisha is Rapunzel, and yeah, Ranisha's black, and so think about Ranisha, her, get it, okay. Then I got Little G, which is based off like Little Boy Blue, so Reggie be quick, Jack be nimble. Spinners on the Lowrider, so those are like songs. So think about the wheels on the bus go round, the spinners on the lowrider go round and round, round and round, round and round. Then I got 5 Little Niños. So I got some stories and stuff that I have out that I want to materialize. The Pearl, which is actually one of my original ones. It's an emotional story, y'all. My feelings. But, so I have those. Before I close, though, because I'm headed towards 30 minutes. And y'all You know what? Special shout out to y'all that didn't watch this whole video or listening to it because I'm just behind the green screen. I don't know if I'm gonna. Should I put some kind of gameplay or something behind there, or you just want to see me sweat with the oldies like Richard Simmons with the green screen? I decide post-production. But before I leave, y'all always hear me talk about it, and I showed you pictures and stuff. Let me cue it up. Also, by the way, my computer's working again, which you see, computer's working. Yeah, see, I ain't worked on this story. I gotta get back on it. So basically, let me, because I have a glossary of about refugee. I'm gonna put refugee synopsis. Here we go. I want to just give you the basic synopsis of who these refugees are and what refugees are. Okay. Humans are humans in the story of refugees. Humans, also known as refugees, is used as a derogatory word, are the oldest known life forms on the known galaxy and can be traced back to the planet of Gaia. Humans are an inerrant species whose instinctual nature is to migrate from one planet to another, absorbing its natural resources to sustain its own existence. Humans are the most populous species in the known galaxy. This can be attributed to their short lifespans, physiology, and high reproduction rate. Humans also possess a unique physical structure which allows them to reproduce with various species of opposite genders with similar physiology. Humans have a natural desire to create, understand, and influence their environments. These self-expressions are manifested through the use of symbolic idioms such as language, art, music, and design. Along with inquisitiveness, it's a tongue twister, just a Q in there. Along with inquisitiveness and reasoning, the species has a strong mental fortitude to overcome adversity and an innate ability to survive. Amongst all of the sentient races known in ethos space, humans are the most divided. The bulk of the species inhabits colonies throughout the galaxy, while the less fortunate take refuge in desolate moons and ship graveyards in dead space. Many people resort to crime. Many humans resort to become Many become criminals and resort to crime, aligning themselves with other criminals of different species. The ability to mate with various species has made human sex trafficking popular amongst ethos space. Okay, so what does all this mean with humans? Basically, let me give you the recap before I close again. My dude Cross Life, which is the main character to my story Refugee, and I mentioned Cross Life. My Twitch used to be Cross Life, or if a lot of y'all that follow me on PSN and on Switch and Nintendo forums, Arcane Prophecy, Cross Life, Cora Norton. Those are like my Torah. Those are some key staple characters within my story. Bishop Creed. And long story short when it comes to that, because I don't want to go and divulge too much of that information, this is one of the RPGs, my main story that I have been working on, wanting to create as in the game format, why I work with RPG Maker and why I was so excited for MV to drop. Somebody just hit me up on one of my videos and said that it drops on the September 22nd, but I heard it wasn't coming out to the 3rd. If it got out yesterday, I gotta move some stuff around to get it. But so what happens is I decided to take the black experience, how black folks in the real world are treated, and impart that on humans. So instead of the tried and true, because even as a black man and digesting media, I tire of the same persecution stories where, the white man's against the black man and the red man's against the yellow man. So my thought, and I've always had this thought for the longest, the only time that humans will truly be unified is if there's a common thread. So that was one of the biggest things I liked about the X-Men, because if you look at X-Men, they didn't care damn about race. The reason why they care about race, because they had another species, homo generation X. What was it? not Generation X, what was it? Homo superiors. Homo superior, they had them with the X gene to fight against. So all the humans fought and mass produced, but they did mass produce and fought against the mutants. So in my story, it's in the future, near future, we utilize automatons and robots. And with that, we create that, and that helps us become spacefaring, but with our own negligence and stuff. Things happen. I'm not going to spoil and divulge everything, and that's the second time I said divulge. I ain't going to talk about everything here. But this is a long video. I'm sorry, y'all. And talk about everything here. However, because of certain things that we've done, it's made humans become like the lowest on the totem pole within ethos space. And ethos space is like a collective body of different, it's like the United States for different species of aliens that are sentient intellectual beings that now the robots, basically humans created, are a part of. So humans take the backseat of it. Yet we are we're the most populous species, as well as we are the ones who created the robots, and we are these beings that are able to use ether. And ether, we're able to harness the power of ether. And ether, which is a planetary, element in property, our physiology allows us to manifest things like in a form of magic. We call them kinetics. So anyway, humans are all different races, but we're the most divided within that. So it's just like the same real world thing. But just like I said, humans in space will be treated like African Americans are treated here on planet Earth in real world. So I decided, instead of just making the tried and true, the white man versus the Mexican man, the white man versus the red and black. No. I wanted it to be the struggle of humans to be able to shed a light on a lot of movements and different things that my own culture experienced. And then I'm able to even utilize some of the cultures. I'm gonna have different languages in it too, within amongst the humans, because humans are going to be the only species that uses different languages too, because that's why we're so divided. So even amongst ourselves, we're still divided. So I want to use that dynamic with that. But yeah, that's Refugee. That's Hood Tales. This is your man Q, your friendly neighborhood geek, burning y'all ears off. And I don't even know if I'm gonna change the green screen. I might like flicker some stuff from it. I appreciate y'all stopping by and listening for the longest. I will be back in like 5-6 hours for Mario Kart Monday. I gotta set it up because on my stream deck I still haven't set it up. I've been sick, y'all. I've been laying in the bed, so I didn't get a chance to come to my office until now, other than take care of a little work for work. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later. If you did like this video, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel and you want to listen to me talk, if you're interested in finding out what my book, I keep on pulling to the book like it's already out. My book's gonna come out whenever I do my refugee story, when I'm streaming. You can follow me on Twitch, The Geek Show, Twitter, and Instagram. Like, I post on everything pretty much, especially Twitch and Twitter and Instagram almost daily. I tweet daily now. Shout out to my dude KAG and Mandy. Well, she's not a dude. My homegirl Mandy. For pushing me about a year ago almost to tweet more. And it actually has a credit to a lot of my growth and stuff. So I appreciate y'all. As always in the web, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. I'll holler at y'all later. Or I'll see you later. Peace. And if you're still thirsty, here's another video for you right here and right here. Water's wet.